Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today we are at the beginning of the end. I am now reviewing The Owl House Season 3 Special Number 1 called Thanks to Them. And yes, I'm finally doing the big review because only, last weekend? Yeah, I think it was a weekend ago where the series finale, the final special of The Owl House premiered. So this is only like a week later, and I'm finally doing like the first special. So when the final special ended, this is when I'm doing like the first special. So it's kind of weird how that worked out, but But yeah, I'm finally doing the full review of the first special, and I just want to say two things. First things first is that I just can't believe in a matter of less than 24 hours, in like a couple of hours, the YouTube short my mini review that I did of this episode, it gotten over 300 views, and it's only been a couple of hours. Meanwhile, and I'm not complaining or anything, but meanwhile, my Thor: Love and Thunder mini review, even though I didn't really like the movie too much, I think I said it was just okay. I forgot the specific score that I gave it. That's only like what? I might have the number wrong, but it's like seven views, and this is like over 300. I mean, I love this episode too, but it's just such a weird contrast, especially since the Thor: Love and Thunder was only like in a couple of days, I think, the time span. Well, this was only in a couple of hours, so I can just tell that everyone is very excited for me to do a big review. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that this will have as many as that reviews, but as many views as that one, the mini review. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm kind of hoping. But yeah, the next thing I want to say is that thank you so much for my 132nd subscriber. I really appreciate you coming to the channel. I really appreciate it. And I'll say it again at the end of the review, especially since this is a big episode, longer than a usual episode. This is going to be a long review, so I wanted to say it in the beginning also. Anyway, so without any further ado, let's get started with the episode. And so we start here with Luce, Amity, Willow, Gus, and Hunter. I'm just trying to remember their names, along with their palisman, going through the door. But before then, it's not really a flashback. It's literally when they came through the door, but it's actually in the beginning. So you see how it's in the beginning, it's 6 seconds in, because during at 2 seconds in, you hear King's voice at the end of the episode, what was it, King's Tide, where he says, "Luce, I'm so happy I had you as a big sister," and then boom, they get blasted. And yeah, so everyone's here, and Luce says, "No, King," and she tries to open the door, but it's not, it's not working. Gus is crying because he thinks his dad is dead or missing, and wait, hold on, sorry, I didn't get to show you this last time, during the so this was still technically in King's Tide, and look right there, Daily News, girl lost in Frogland hoax. I think I mentioned this before in the big review, but I couldn't because the clip didn't show this part, but I think I mentioned this, and I just think it's really funny of how the timeline goes in, because at the end of Amphibious Season 3, before the time jump, the time skip, Anne was still 13, like 13 and a half, I think. So that was basically her photo, basically. So, girl lost in Frogland hoax, because, and when it said 10 years later, when we oh man, I should say spoiler. I'm so sorry. Spoiler for the end of Amphibious Season 3. I'm so sorry I didn't say it before. It just completely skipped my mind. I'm so sorry. But basically, there was a couple news reporters just saying that, these three girls just came from another world. Is it a hoax? Is it real? So that's kind of like a reference to that in a way. So I'm just trying to figure out like the timeline, because would like the news reporters still be talking about something that's like 10 years past it? So I'm trying to think. While Luce is about to like turn 15, she's like 14 and a half, getting pretty close to 15, and Anne was 13 at the end of Amphibious season 3, because through the 3 seasons she stayed like the same age. She obviously aged, but like it was within like months she was in Amphibia, close to a year, but for like months. So I'm kind of thinking, if Anne, I'm not saying she will show up in the show, but if she would show up in the show, how old would Anne be? Like, how does it work like in the timeline? Does Anne still look like that? So in the comments below, what do you think? But anyway, besides that, so we have Camilla cooking, and we obviously have Lucy. Hey, mom, I'm back, and they're hugging, they're crying. That's really sweet, and it's really nice how the kids are helping Camilla out. And Amity, I like how they don't know how things work, basically. Gus is using the wrong end of the sponge, and Amity is using the wrong end of the tea bag. And look at Amity is so nervous. She's like, oh, I probably did it wrong. And, so everyone's kind of talking to each other. I'm going to try to, I don't want to say I want to get through this quickly, but I kind of already talked about this in the exclusive clip in the New York Comic Con. This was part of it. So basically, Hunter's talking to Lou, saying, "Hey, thank you for not telling them and he kind of gets kind of nervous, and Lou said like Grimwalker, and Hunter is kind of saying, "Hey, like don't talk about it so loud." And Hunter's obviously being a good old brother, and by saying, "Hey, how are you doing?" And Luce is saying like, oh, "Man, they're gonna hate me." And I mentioned this in my while I was doing the exclusive clip, of how I think it's kind of funny of how Hunter does a wave is showing affection, saying that don't worry, they won't hate you as long as they won't hate you any more than hating me, basically. So they will hate us together, kind of. And so they're kind of both kind of worried, and Camilla's talking about Bellos, and Gus mentions that Bellos was human once, but now he's a monster, and he got by the Collector. And Willow's saying that now the Collector's in control, and and they're just trying to figure everything out. And Camilla's like, "Hey, you all are welcome here," and which is nice. Hold on a second. Wait. So, sorry, I just thought I saw something. Hold on. I don't really want to go frame by frame, but I'm kind of wondering if I have to. Hold on a second. Ugh. Come on. Okay. So I thought I saw something here. Just hold on a second. See if I can catch it. Or maybe I'm losing my mind. Who knows? Hold on a second. Yeah. I knew it. Because when I was watching the episode for the first time, I thought I was going crazy, thinking, did I see something? Or and no, but and then when I was kind of thinking to myself, okay, when I get a chance, I know it's gonna be after the episode premieres, but when I get to doing the big review, I'm gonna try to see if I did see something. And I knew it. It's Bell Slime. So okay. And when I was doing my I guess spoilers for my trailer reaction review. It's not really a spoiler, but when I was doing my review, I was kind of thinking that of how I was thinking, is Bellos like still in the door, or did he leave? Because the door kind of opened at the shack, and Amity was staring outside. She was like looking, and no one else was looking. So I'm like, is Bellos gonna lure Amity? And Bellos is still alive. His group is still moving. So I'm kind of thinking, is my theory still gonna stand? Is Bellos gonna try to reach to Amity or something? But why specifically Amity? I guess she's pretty close to Luce, but everyone's still pretty close to Luce. I mean, Camilla's pretty close to Luce, his mother-daughter, so why wouldn't Bellos go after her? Interesting. But Bellos' scoop is still there, so I knew I saw something. But anyway, sorry about the whole freeze frame thing. But anyway, this is part of the New York Comic Con also. Gus is playing with the umbrella. Um, Gus is playing with the bubble wrap, and I remember this part where Camilla's saying, "Hey, you guys, you can welcome yourself at home. You can call me Camilla." And Hunter's trying to do his respect thing, and Camilla, without diminishing him, is blunt, saying that don't do that ever again. And hey, you can call me Camilla. And this is also in the clip where V was trying to show them, and then they thought it was a monster, so Willow and Amity destroyed it. And look at V, how frustrated she is. That was my favorite alarm clock. I'm so convinced that's the headcanon that was her favorite alarm clock, because why else is her fist clenched like that? She is just furious with them, but she also knows that when she came to the human realm for the first time, she kind of acted like that, so she can't be too mad. But that was her favorite alarm clock. What are they doing? But this is my headcanon. And this was not part of the Comic-Con clips. So this is just going to be brand new information if you guys didn't see the episode. So from here on out, it's brand new. I mean, unless it wasn't in the trailer. So we basically have Luce, and she wants to talk to her mom, and she's kind of freaking out. And then, Camilla say, "Hey, we have plenty of time to talk, but the important thing is that you're home." And Luce is like, "Yeah, I'm home," but they're not. And then we kind of get a montage of what could have been. That's what everyone keeps saying, what could have been. And I could definitely see some episodes where it could have been kind of important to the story and also good for character development. I can also see some people not really complaining, but seeing that, I can kind of see that kind of be a filler episode, kind of like the episode, what was it called? Spider Sprig from Amphibia. I admit, when I get no spoilers of the episode, but I have to admit, first time I watched that, I was like, okay, I'm having a good time, but I'm doing like a rewatch, and with everything else plot related going on, I was kind of saying, I kind of wish that episode didn't really happen. I know, again, I don't want to do spoilers, but I was about to say something about Sprig, but I'm trying to hold my tongue. But basically, I'm just kind of thinking, I kind of wish that episode didn't happen, because I think we could have explored with another certain character that was still in Amphibia. If you've seen all the episodes of season 3, you know what I'm talking about, but you haven't yet, I'm not going to spoil anything, because you can watch it for yourself. So I can understand people kind of getting worried, is that, if we did have a season 3, we could have had an episode like Spider Sprig, or what was it called? Hollywood Hop Hop, I think it was called. And those episodes are like not my favorites. And there was If You Give a Frog a Cookie, where it did try to show some plot, but it was also kind of very silly. So those episodes aren't particularly fonded by a lot of people, and I can kind of understand why people would be kind of worried. It's like, yeah, season 3, there's a couple images that, yeah, that would be pretty good character development, and other people saying, yeah, but that maybe it wouldn't be. So I can understand it being kind of, I can kind of understand both sides. But we basically have them, like, an episode could have been them rebuilding the shack. Another one would be Luce and Amity kind of talking with her mom. And we have Flapjack kind of pecking around the wood, and when we get more into the episode, we see what Flapjack's kind of looking for. I think that would, if we had a full season 3, I think that would have been a pretty cool episode of A plot B plot with Flapjack going around the wood, and maybe it could have been kind of like a Palisman type of episode of where the animals are kind of like, hey, Flapjack, what are you doing? And Flapjack just kind of doesn't want to talk to him about it because it's part of Flapjack's past, and Flapjack just kind of doesn't want to bring it up because it'll bring sad memories and stuff will happen. Maybe it's connected with Bellos. So maybe we can have kind of like a Palisman episode, maybe. And another half of the episode would be maybe we can finally get a sequel to Clips Lake with Amity and Hunter, maybe. Who knows? But I think this could have been a cool, like, A plot or B plot with Flapjack with the rest of the Palisman, because obviously with, like, I'm not sure how many months they were there. People say 3 months, people say 4 months. I don't know. But obviously Flapjack was kind of pecking at the wood before when they actually find out what's in the floor. So I'm kind of thinking that could have been an episode kind of alluding to it. So, I don't know. That's just me. And like, and they're just drawing their family members, and everyone's just wearing human outfits. Wait, hold on. And like, they're all just wearing cool outfits. I think the favorite outfit is Amity's, because she's just doing like, what is it called? Like, goth, punk rock witch type of outfit. I can just see that being iconic. I think the most funny one would be have to be Hunter's, and Will's it's a good outfit, like skater girl, and Gus is just like just I guess he can be kind of like a skater, without a skateboard. He's kind of has with the beanie. He's kind of has like a skateboard type of look. Maybe some people would say bad boy. Maybe. Maybe if he was taller, maybe. But he just kind of has a skater type of look. Kind of like Gumball. From the Amazing World of Gumball, where there was an episode he was skateboarding. He kind of looks like that a bit. So yeah, 2 athletics, 1 punk rock chick, and then 1 farmer guy. He just looks like a rooster. He just reminds me of the farm. And like they're I like how Luce is kind of so happy that they're trying stuff out. They're not worried about their parents, and Luce isn't blaming herself. She's just really happy that they're having fun, and Camilla just showing the money, and she just has the look of, I'm so happy for my kids, and also my money is going away. Oh jeez. Oh wait, hold on. Not that. Wait, hold on a second. I just don't want to miss anything. Okay. Front view of the possum. Hold on a second. I want to make sure that I don't miss anything. Yeah, see, I thought I was going to miss something. Hold on a second. Oh, why can't I find the perfect moment? It's so frustrating sometimes. I don't want to, even though this is a big episode, I don't want to. Should I waste one of my clips for it? Because I think this is kind of an important moment, so I think I should show it, right? I should at least have like one clip like from like this montage, right? I think that would kind of make sense. Okay, since I just for some reason can't get the shot, yeah. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, wait, hold on a second. Okay, wait, let me. Yep, there. Okay. Hopefully, it doesn't sound too loud or, or too quiet. Okay. Okay. I should have just paused it when. Okay, sorry. If you saw it, you saw it. If you didn't, you didn't. Maybe I could try to get it back, but I don't know if I can. Could I get lucky? No. Okay, but basically, V got a new look, basically, and that could have been an episode also, like but basically, another episode would be obviously Hunter would have gone to the library or a book nook or something to get this book. That could have been another episode. Amity Hunter episode. I know I keep on mentioning that a lot, but Amity loves going to the library, and maybe this could lead to Amity kind of bonding with Hunter. Maybe Hunter kind of opens up with Amity a bit, like saying that how Amity accepted that Luce is a human, and she still loves her. If Hunter would say that if I was something else, would you still care about me? Like, would I still be your friend? and then Amity would kind of get like a little bit, it was suspicious, kind of thinking like, oh, are you kind of thinking about like you being someone else, or like maybe Amity kind of putting a little couple of pieces together of why Hunter would buy this book. Would Hunter hide this from her? I just think it would be a good way to explore their relationship, or maybe because V had to deal with Bellos and being experimented on, maybe V would have gone with them. I don't know. There's someone other than Luce, because Luce already knows, and Luce and Hunter already had a couple episodes together, and those are great. But come on, someone else, come on. But yeah, 1 second. But yeah, Hunter's getting like long hair, and then now he's cutting his hair, and Will's gonna help him out. I think I'm clicking too fast. And I love Will's outfit right here. Yeah, but yeah, Hunter freaks out of the mirror because he turned to Bellos. I wonder if Flapjack's gonna help him out there. But yeah, you see, Hunter, he's getting his hair cut. Yeah, and there was like a moment where Hunter is kind of shoving like the book away. Maybe in this episode, maybe Willow will get a little suspicious. Like, oh, why is Hunter kind of hiding that book from me? I wonder if she knows or not. But yeah, look how happy Willow is like on cutting Hunter's hair. See, that's nice. And I guess some Hunter has a little scar on his leg. Okay. They're building the portal. It blew up. Gus is trying his best to put out the fire. V actually shows him how to use it right. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. There seems to be maybe ice cream going on here, so I'm not sure if this is supposed to be like Camilla's birthday. I know it's obviously because spoiler reasons I won't get into, but I know it's not Luce's birthday. But I'm kind of thinking, is this supposed to be Camilla's birthday, or is this like Mother's Day or something? And they kind of see Camilla as like a group mom or something. Again, there's no context. I'm not sure the creator Dana Terrace ever mentioned about this, or maybe she did. I just didn't notice. But he just made a disgusting thing, and but yeah, they don't want to eat it, and like they're dancing in the rain, and Hunter gets shoved, and like Luce and Amity having a moment of peace and clarity, and Luce still has her talisman egg, and Luce still has to go to school. And I love this Owl House logo, how it's glowing and it's all, like golden. I love it. Golden bronze. Okay, and see, can I get the title? Yeah, thanks to them. So now we're actually getting to the actual episode. So we had like a little preview, we had the montage, and now we had the actual episode. And I'm not even sure for how long I've been talking for, who knows. But this is going to be a long episode. So yeah, so let's actually kind of talk about that montage for a bit of what type of episodes we could have had. Again, this isn't like about complaining. It's just kind of thinking. I think we could have had an episode of... we could have had an episode of Hunter going to the library. I'm hoping it would be Amity, but V or Gus, someone like other than Luce. But Hunter going to the library and like figure out who he is, and he has that mirror situation and will cut his hair. That's one episode. Another episode would be V trying to find her defining look of finally being her and accepting who she is. That could have been another episode where everyone gets like another like kind of like an iconic outfit. Oh, Huntress is really ridiculous. But it's funny. So that could have been another episode. Let's see. The Mother's Day type of episode. I don't know. They were making like a weird cake for like Camilla and Luce, but I'm not sure what type of celebration it is. Maybe just to thank them for letting them stay there. Who knows? But I think that could have been another episode. But that would be not like a plot episode, but more like a emotional episode, I guess. I guess it would be kind of like a skip it if you kind of don't want any mushy emotion stuff. Anyway, that would be an episode. Let's see. So Hunter with the book. V finding her new look. Camilla's Mother's Day gift or something. That could have been another one. Them building the portal and gets blown up. And since they were wearing the same outfits, it seemed like it's the same episode of Luce and Amy talking to Camilla about their relationship. So that's kind of like 2-for-1 type of thing. So that would be another episode. So that's 4 so far. Let's see. Would there be another one? See, obviously, by this point, Luce has been going to school for a while. So maybe if we kind of had like Luce's first day back, because it kind of did like a similar thing of Luce's first day back in season 2, after the whole Ida almost getting petrified type of thing, and everyone was kind of welcoming Luce back. And even Luce was kind of worried that, okay, this is the first day back at Hexside after the whole Ida petrified. They could have had like a parallel to that kind of. So that could have been another episode. So that's 5 so far. Luce going back to human school. Let's see. Oh, I guess I kind of missed that moment. But while like everyone was kind of having fun in the rain and Hunter was covered with mud, Willow thought it was so funny. Camilla actually handed Willow a camera, and within this episode, we actually get to see Willow with that camera. So Willow gets like a knack into photography. So that could have been an episode also. So that's 6 actually. So, yeah, so those are 6 episodes ideas. So in the comments below, if you want to leave a comment, what type of episodes within the montage would you like to see? Would you like to see if we had the opportunity to see more episodes of season 3? Do you like my ideas? Did you have any of your own? Did you think that Mother's Day one, or the celebration with the weird cake, did you think that was too silly? Would you skip that episode if that would be an episode? Leave your honest opinion. Just make sure that. Anyway, what I was trying to say is just make sure it's respectable. But anyway, so yeah, thanks to them, we're finally here. So again, like Will's with the camera, everyone's trying their best to do Spanish, and Gold Star tops in because and Amity's getting kind of frustrated with V, but Amity, you have to understand, V's been learning Spanish while she was in the human realm for like almost a whole year. Amity, not that you only just got here, she's been here for a while, but V's gonna be more expert than you, so get that sour face out of here. But I understand that she's kind of jealous. And Camilla's like, oh, it's so nice that you you fixed up the shack. And they have the evil Duolingo bird. They kind of made evil. And Hunter was doing his best to speak Spanish, but at least he's trying, right? And V wasn't really showing off. She's just trying to show what she knows, right? And V says, I'm going to pick up Luce from school. I love this look from Camilla of how she's like, oh, I did not think I would be raising 6 kids. And look, she has like a little gray streak in her hair. I mean, if you're going to be raising 6 kids while your original daughter is almost 15, yeah, that do it to you. Hold on a second. I'm trying to. Is this the one for the trailer? Wait, hold on a second. I don't want to go crazy here. Anyway. Maybe that is from the trailer, but I guess the whole Bells finding Amity thing, I guess, is thrown out the window. But basically, they're kind of talking and stuff, and they're just trying to they're kind of worried about what's going on, and they're trying to fit into human realm, right? And Hunter's getting kind of okay at sewing right here, and Hunter went to Dino Land, USA. Like, you know what? I love Dino Land too, Hunter. I'm with you. And yeah, I guess also either Hunter's just exploring like about himself, or he's kind of confirming as bi. But hey, brother like sister, right? Um, it kind of seems like he went to a national park right there. I'm not sure about that symbol right there. I don't know. Happy face pizza. Is that a is that a wolf? Maybe Hunter's into wolves. Happy face and a couple more stitches, and there's I'm not sure exactly what that is. It looks like a spaceship. But anyway, so yeah, Hunter's trying to get into the knack of sewing. Oh, so that was a moment for the trailer. I guess Emily was just looking out. Okay. And Emily has the idea like, hey, Lucy and Camilla do so much for us. Let's do something for her. Let's try to figure. Let's go into the human realm and explore for ourselves. And again, the Flapjack's kind of been pecking at the wood for hours. And there was a moment where she trips, and hold on, can I get the moment? There's a moment where Gus says, "Hey, because and it's like, don't worry, we can do this. We can show Luce and Camilla that we can explore the human realm ourselves. I know we can do it." And then Emily trips, and then Gus like, "It's a sign. We're doomed." Oh, Gus. And then Emily finds this scroll. I guess it's called Erubus. I think that's called. So it's like a scroll. And there was even a moment where Hunter was talking to Flapjack. Can I get to the thing or not? Mm. See, Hunter's basically talking to Flapjack. Hey, why were you pecking there? And obviously, Flapjack's not going to spill the beans or anything because Flapjack is not really fond of his past like too much. He doesn't want to worry Hunter, but Flapjack, come on, you gotta open to your friend here. But Flapjack's worried, and yeah, let's explore the human realm and let's figure this out. And obviously, we have Luce here, and she's very sad. She doesn't want to be in class, um and there's this teacher. He looks like a pretty cool a pretty cool guy. Of how he's kind of expressing his viewpoints about the hero, and Luce is throwing her viewpoints. And it would have been pretty cool if they would have had like an actual open discussion. But I guess it just wanted to point out that Luce is having some issues and she's lashing out, and everyone's trying to figure out like what's kind of going on. And Luce doesn't want to talk about it, but she clearly wants to talk about it. But I think having this like teacher, I think would have been a pretty cool idea based of the not really misstep, but what they did in Amphibia. They kind of tried to get rid of the whole school setting, which is fine. That's a fine way for them to do that. You don't have to worry about school. You don't have to worry about drama. So just don't worry about it, right? And it only showed the school like a couple of times, but there was a moment where Anne says, "When I finally get back home," and when she officially came back to home, it was actually like the very because even though she was home, she wasn't really home. So she wasn't actually home until everything dealing with her like bad guys was finally finished. And so that when I'm finally actually home, I'm gonna try to give my teachers a chance. But now we actually have Luce actually talking to like her teacher. I think if we had a full season 3 of Luce having her first day back and maybe having a couple episodes while at school, not just having drama, but actually having a discussion with Luce with her teacher about the hero and the hero's journey and the hero's sacrifice. I think that would have been a pretty cool episode. A whole episode, maybe, but maybe A plot, B plot. Like I think that would have been pretty cool. Luce bonding with a teacher, because you would bond with role models, right? And it'd be nice for Luce to bond with someone that's not going to betray her, like Bellos did. I think that'd been pretty cool. So Luce is self-projecting, and look at this: no taxidermy, no spiders, no snakes, no animal parts, no fireworks. And like, oh wait, hold on a second. Hold on. And look at the art teacher. She's like, yeah, I'm looking at you, Liz. So I I guess this was her art teacher. Can I see the inside of her locker? Can I? Okay, there we go. Um, so she has a newsprint of Ida running away from the law, and there's a drawing of Ida. There's even like a what would you call this? Oh, paper mache of King. I love it. Couple more drawings of Ida and King. Oh, even Ida with red hair. I love that. Luce and Amy with their Grom photo. There's a group selfie up there. There's even I think there's a light glyph up there. Oh, Ida plus King. You know, she loves them so much. And yeah, a couple textbook for class. Yeah, pretty cool locker. And Luce is in a high school, by the way. So we introduce these two students that show up as like, oh hey Luce, and Luce obviously wants to be kind of left alone, but she'll hear them out. Hey guys, we are doing here? And say, hey, we heard about you. Like you heard about me? Oh, we heard about your antics. And hey, we thought maybe you could do one of your pranks at the Gravesfield hayride. And I know you kind of been sad lately, so if you don't want to come, that's fine. But if you want to come, I think you bring the life to the party, basically. So Luce has kind of been, while she's been gone, she's kind of been pretty well known. There's a couple teachers who don't like care for her shenanigans, but there's a couple students that actually do kind of like her. And again, showing the school setting, because Luce has just been kind of not really projecting, but saying the only reason she will go back to the human realm is because of her mom, Camilla. So I think showing episodes of Luce in the human realm and in her actual school and bonding with classmates who understand her and that teacher meant before, and actually have a discussion about Hero and what a hero does and what a hero sacrifices, I think that would have been really good for Luce, showing that the human realm doesn't just have to be about your mom. It can be for you too. Like you don't have to feel like an outsider from the human realm. I think that would have been pretty cool to show Luce that. But anyway. And Luce is obviously still kind of depressed, and she's looking out the window, and Camilla's just kind of wondering like will this be okay for your friends to eat? And Camilla's trying to be a good mom, and Luce's like, oh my gosh, mom, watch out. And yeah, and this mother and daughter is talking to the officer like, that deer came out of nowhere, and then the daughter's like, mom, that was not a deer, it was a monster. And look, it's a deer carcass. And look, the Bellos scoop. You actually would have been pretty cool episode also would be like a Bellos alone story of Bellos just like devouring the carcass, so we kind of have an episode through his point of view. I'm sorry, excuse me. Of what he wants to do now. And it doesn't even have to be dialogue, really. Just him in his consciousness, him in his brain of like, maybe he just only talks scoop, maybe. But there's like a subtext, maybe, of saying what he wants to do. Which, since the Day of Unity was a total flop, and he got splattered by the Collector, let's get from his point of view. And him, conquering over deers and wolves and squirrels and raccoons and coyotes and what other type of creatures or something. Because maybe he leads up to a deer, but he focuses on wolves and coyotes, maybe. And then maybe he goes onto a bear next, maybe. Who knows? I think that would be pretty cool, like a Bells type of story, because the Day Uni was a total flop. What are you going to do now? And let's kind of get it from his perspective. And then we kind of have that episode kind of think, oh, when is Bells going to get to the kids? When he conquers like a lion or something, who knows? But yeah, we have the Bell scoop on the skeleton, and we have Hunter kind of getting more better with sewing, and Hunter cut himself, and Gus is like, oh, I felt that, and Gus is wrapping a bandage for him, and look at that, look at the glowing wolves. I love it. I want to play this clip. I love this. Because even Hunter is expressing to Gus in his watermelon pants, where he's like, "Oh, Darius was kind of, he wanted to show me how to sew, but he never really got a chance to. So maybe if he's okay, if it turns out all of our folks are okay and Darius is okay, maybe he can finally show me the ropes, and I can show him what I learned here. I love that so much." Come on. I want to play this. You can't really hear the volume. I'm not going to play it again, but you can't really hear it too well. So I'm going to increase that volume a little bit. But if you didn't hear it, Hunter said these are mystical beasts called wolves. I love them. And then Gus said, hey, you're getting really better at it. Older brother, little brother bonding. I love it. And yeah, Hunter is getting better. Then, you know, and you know, they're kind of, you know, talking and stuff. And Gus is like kind of talking about Hunter's life in the castle. And like, you know, like, do you miss it? And Hunter's like, I miss knowing who I'm supposed to be. But hey, during weekends, I got to go out missions. I wasn't just stayed in like a locked up castle. I actually got to go out and do something, be useful. Like, you know, and I kind of look up to this, you know, kind of look up to the sky, contemplating stuff. And Gus is like, I miss my dad. And Hunter's like, we'll go back no matter what. And Gus found a Cosmic Frontier book, which is totally Star Trek. That would be pretty cool if we would get kind of like a, not really like a, if we could get an episode of them in the movie theater, and it's like the long-awaited end of a trilogy of the Cosmic Frontiers, and Hunter and Gus can't wait to see it. I think that'd be a pretty cool episode for them. Like, you know, them enjoying a movie after everything they've been through. Oh, Virgin. We'll find our way back. We have to. In a galaxy not far away at all. Okay, that's pretty funny. Also, I guess Gus was reciting what this character said. I think Gus said his name was Avery. I think, right? Was it Avery? I forgot. There's even a moment where Gus is kind of giving Hunter like a look. I guess one of my complaints about this episode would be secrets and how everyone's just keeping secrets. And I think a lot of things could be resolved if they would just tell the secrets. Some secrets are fine, because again, it builds up anticipation. But still, it is kind of a little bit too much. So why doesn't Gus have again, if we had a full season 3, I would wonder if we had a full season 3, if we could have a moment between Gus and Hunter, of Gus laying even more hints of the grounding work of finally confessing to Hunter, like, hey, I know you're a Grimwalker. I know what Grimwalkers are, since I went into Bellos' mind trying to calm him down, to like to subdue him, basically. But we just have this moment of Gus saying, one of the characters in the book. I guess he is laying the groundwork here, but if it was a full season 3, I would want it to be earlier. Of him trying to lay the groundwork of saying one of the characters is a clone and he's hiding along with the rebels, and I'm just kind of worried, saying, I guess it's like a worry, like, oh, does he know? Or like, maybe he's just trying to like look for acceptance, kind of. He's saying, hey, Gus, what happened to him? And Gus is like, hey, why don't we find out together? And there is like a whole Cosmic Frontier memorabilia, basically. There's like a squid monster, there's a spaceship, and there's a couple of outfits, there's a headset, there's even armor, there's a lunchbox. Manny's Manny's circuit cosplay. Okay. GalaxyCon. Okay. Also, Manny's the name of Luce's dad. Oh, so I guess Luce's dad was a big fan of Cosmic Frontier. So Luce is fantasy and her dad is sci-fi. I love that. And Hunter and Gus are kind of, quote unquote, not fully, quote unquote, adopted sons of Camilla. So Gus and Hunter kind of taking after Manny a little bit. of taking on sci-fi, while Luce and Amity are taking after fantasy. We don't know where Willow stands though. Is it fantasy or sci-fi? Kind of hoping fantasy so the Emerald Trio can be all sci-fi, but who knows? And what about V? She fantasy or sci-fi, or is she something else entirely? Maybe she's more nature documentary. Who knows? But I like how Gus is laying the founding work of trying to tell Hunter that I know you're Grimwalker by saying, hey, maybe this can get him to open up a little bit, and also we can have a good time. And maybe he's thinking this can show him that I don't think you're a monster. Because Gus is basically reading the book, and it says that again, this is all speculation, but maybe Gus read the book and it says like, oh, like the clone thought he was different, but his friends is too, like his captain and his comrades saw him as their friend and only their friend, and he is who he is and not where he came from. And Gus is thinking this would be good for Hunter, and maybe this can help him. I love that. Again, I'm speculating a lot. And Luce is kind of thinking, and Luce kind of made a noise, and Amity finds this poster, the old Gravesfield haunted hayride. And oh my goodness, poor Camilla. She just has to worry about all these taxes and different stuff. Like, oh, Gus mentioned apple bud, and I had to go to the apple butcher. They have an apple butcher back in the boiling aisles. How come we didn't see that? Who knows? But Camilla's like, oh, who knows? But she goes into a dream, and Luce, as a kid, always was trying to express her interest to kids, and kids just didn't understand her. Oh, like snakes shed their skin, and Camilla just loved Luce, saying, oh, she called them pajamas, and then like, and all these ladies are kind of making fun of her. There's even a play where Luce is doing the Romeo and Juliet thing, and Camilla thought it was I guess she kind of got these weird, not really tendencies, but these weird actions from her dad necessarily. Because she even said, oh, she got that move from her dad. So I guess Luce is kind of doing this play like in his honor, kind of. Maybe not fully in his honor, but like a little bit, because like, why would she try out his move in a play that she's supposed to be the star, basically? And there was a moment where Luce is either Camilla's either, people have been saying this is the principal, but he looks different. So another person said that this is like her psychiatrist or something. I'm not sure which is true or not, but saying like, hey, Luce has been struggling, and maybe reality check summer camp can like help her grow. And Luce is talking to her mom, bringing the talisman. I'm sorry, I messed everything up. I didn't mean to lie to you. That wasn't my first intention. But like when I made the decision, Luce is like rambling, and she's like, I didn't want to lie to my mom, but I thought it was the only decision. And Luce like, I keep messing everything up, and Camilla reassures her like, hey, everyone makes mistakes. And I'm glad that Camilla is such a good mom, because I was worried that she wasn't, but she's a great mom. She's like, hey, everyone makes mistakes. It's important that we learn from them and we grow from them. And I'm glad that Camilla gave the talisman a kiss. We was like, hey mom, you give the talisman a kiss. I love it. And again, we have Bellos possessing like what is this, like a jackrabbit or something? Yeah, it's lurking. And basically, Amity is basically like, okay, let's get going. And look at Hunter's like, hey, take a look at me. Oh, wait, hold on a second. And look at Amity's face. Amity, you would totally dress up as like a Zura or something. Don't make fun of Hunter. I guess Amity's just against sci-fi or something. Who knows? But I'm not in Amity's mindset right now, so I can't confirm nor deny. Can't get Willow's face. Or like the face I wanted to make. Oh, okay, here we go. But basically, Will's like, "Oh, that's a look," and she like, took a picture. Did this Will look Hunter? Maybe she does. And Amy's giving the Will look like really him. Amy, you're dang loose. Like, I don't want to say be quiet, but come on. And I'm glad that Gus has a face like, "Oh my goodness, Hunter is liking the book." And they're kind of talking more about clones and stuff. And even Gus makes like a face of saying, "I think he already knows." And Hunter's like, "No, no, 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 spoilers." And there was even like a moment where Amy's like, "Hunter, I'm not sure people want to know like the New Year's party of 2008. Okay, please change." And I like how Amy kind of got scared when Will shut her mouth and basically saying, "Don't listen to her. You look great." So is this kind of confirming that Will likes Hunter? Because why are you so desperate for Hunter to kind of stay like that? And then Hunter's kind of taking Amy's advice to saying, "Well, everyone else isn't like dressed up in like their favorite character, so maybe I should change." Excuse me. And so Hunter's like, "Okay, I'll stay behind and I'll change." And look, and there's even like another moment where Will waits for everyone to be gone. Will, you don't have to be embarrassed. Where Will's like, uh, I might actually try on that outfit. And like, I'll see you later. Come on. Oh, you see, and even Hunter's blushing. Aw. And like, yeah, I love this moment where Hunter's looking at his reflection. Sometimes you just need a moment of reflection, basically, saying that, "Hey, yeah, you're right, Flap." Oh, that's so cute that he gives him like a little nickname, Flap, for Flapjack. Even if I'm not who I'm supposed to be, I like who I am. And Flapjack finds some bell scoop, and Hunter, with his cut, like you see the little mark right there, just touches it. And hold on a second. So yeah, Bells. Yeah, I'm sorry. Hunter touches Bells basically, and can I get the? Like, you can see right here with like two blue eyes. It's like Hunter's like basically like, what the heck is this? And Hunter basically sees that, like, starts freaking out. It's like, "Oh my god, Bellos is alive!" And again, like them exploring the human realm. That could have been another episode too. They're kind of they're kind of messing around. Will like poke someone in the butt, and everyone kind of thought it was funny, except for V. V's like freaking out, like, "Willow, why did you do that?" I guess Willow wanted to be funny, I guess. And again, they're looking at like the statues of Caleb and Philip Wittebane, and Willow and Gus give each other like I can't get it. Willow and Gus give each other like a look. That could have been in episode 2. Maybe Gus opens up to Willow, or almost opens up, because like maybe thinking, "I should let Willow know about this because maybe she will know what to do." And Willow's kind of looking at Gus like, "Oh, does he know something?" And maybe Willow's kind of realizing that Statue looks a lot like Hunter. One statue kind of looks like Bells, but another one looks like Hunter. What's kind of going on? Does Gus know something? And maybe that would have gone like into an episode about like Willow. Maybe one half would be Willow, one half would be Gus. Again, I just like seeing this montage of them exploring the human realm could be episodes 2. But like, who knows? And I like how, remember the drawer, the library, the decimal system, basically drawers, they're like alive. So Amy's like trying to bow to them, being respectful, and she's trying to offer them candy. And this little girl, and remember the one that freaked out because of Bells taking over the deer. She's saying, "No, it was a monster." Thank goodness she's okay. She just opens the drawer, and everyone's looking at her like, "Why are you freaking out?" And I love this how Willow and V are asking this lady, like, hey, do you know where this is? And it's like, you're the library keeper. Maybe you know about this. And she's trying to help them out. Pretty cool. And Emily dropped the candy, and she gets embarrassed. She tries to run, and she just falls in the ground. Oh my goodness. And the ghost is in the background trying to hide, but he's like, I'm not with them. Did you go to the Gracefield Zoo? And I like how they're all trying to conquer the fear that is the giraffes. And it's around sunset. And, oh my goodness. Here's the thing, though. It's not really a complaint. It's just like merely a question. Has anyone complained to the zookeepers about the giraffes? Because it seems like when you take a photo of them, or I was about to say, if you take a photo of them, maybe they react this way, or is it only sensing that they're witches? But Ida's been in the human realm before, so would Ida have seen the giraffes in this state also, or because I'm kind of thinking, when the government would want these giraffes or something? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much about this, but I'm thinking, would it, if they took a photo of the giraffe right here, constantly with people? Excuse me, sorry. When people complain to zookeepers, your giraffes are possessed, sir. But anyway, and they're kind of talking about like, thank goodness our ancestors, got rid of those guys. They're talking about giraffes. And there's his dad. He has 3 kids, and they say, "Oh, Dad, come on, explore with us." And everyone is just so sad, especially everyone here currently, except for V, has a dad. Willow's 2 dads. Gus has his dad, and Amity has her dad also. Obviously, Amity still cares about her siblings, but she misses her dad. So they're like, oh, man, I wish our dads were here. We can explore together too. And V's kind of thinking, okay, I know I don't really want to do this, but this is pretty good for the team. And I know you guys really want to go and see your families. I only didn't want to do this unless this was like a last resort. But come on, we got to go to the Historical Society. And I like how Willow says to V, like, hey, you don't have to go. And V's like, don't worry, I got this. She kicks open the door. Hey, at least she's confident, right? I love the fall sweater with the pumpkin. I love it. And and I was about to say her, but I guess their pronouns are they them, so they're non-binary basically. Okay. And so Masha, they're like, oh hey, have I seen you before? Like, no. And I guess she likes them. Okay. And like, hey Masha, I want you to take a look at this. It's okay. And it's like, oh hey, this seems kind of interesting. And since this is important to the plot, I'm going to I'm gonna play this. So we basically get kind of expedition basically.
What do you think they were trying to say here? Chop off an ear.
Oh God, Gus.
H that comes first. Then combine that with ear, and maybe it means here, like to listen.
Okay.
Here, as in a place.
Okay.
Maybe something is waiting somewhere.
Bellos. Oh.
I'll be right back.
So that was nice that Masha's trying to help them out. Hopefully it wouldn't be too long of a clip, but basically Masha is trying to say, again, I was talking in the clip so I won't get copyrighted or anything, but Gus just kind of came out of nowhere, just gave me a heart attack a little bit, saying, oh, they want to chop off our ears. And then Masha's like, no, Gus. And it's like, oh, here. Maybe here as in listen, or here like someone's waiting for you there. I'm like, maybe Bellos? Is it prophesizing Bellos? What's going on? And obviously, Masha works here, so they're gonna answer the phone, and they're like, they're kind of talking and stuff, and they're kind of thinking, is that Titan's blood? And V's kind of getting very excited. We're V's the audience, saying, oh, it's like you guys can read each other's minds. Oh, you must have been friends forever. And then they're kind of being kind of awkward, saying, oh, it wasn't always like this. But they're kind of looking at each other, saying they kind of wish it was. They kind of wish they were kind of there for each other. And I just want to go over like the scrapbook I love this so much. Like, in the human realm, fireflies don't actually catch fire. It's an episode with Luz, Hunter, and Gus. And Bananas, a mother-daughter between Camilla and V. And I guess Will was basically taking all these photos, basically. And Will's sleeping here, so... And Hunter's not in the photo, so... Is Hunter taking the photo? Is Gus taking the photo? And I like they're all laughing. V's trying to do a prank on Willow. We have Luce and Amity on their, their first date in the human realm. And we have them trying to do glyphs. I don't know why Amity's so intense here. Even Luce is freaking out, like, sweetheart, you don't want to go so intense. But I don't know. Unless it's like a competition or something. Maybe. I don't know. I'm with Luce. I'm kind of freaking out. Amity, sweetheart, calm down. And hold on. Oh my god! I almost skipped this part, but I guess they were watching the movie hopefully I don't get the name wrong. Oh man, I can't believe I forgot the name, but I know the movie that they're watching. Yeah, Willow is not pleased at the representation of witches, but I think I think this would have been a cool episode of Amity, Luce, and V watching what was it called? Wicked? I think it was called Wicked. So Amity, Luce, and V are watching Wicked, and Willow's not pleased, but Willow hears like a noise downstairs of Gus and Hunter getting excited by Cosmic Frontier. They're watching a movie, and Willow's like, okay, you know what? You forget about this witch and nonsense. I'm going to go downstairs and watch sci-fi. And maybe we have a moment between Willow and Gus. Or maybe, Willow and Hunter. Or maybe it's just Willow, Gus, and Hunter doing like a Emerald Trio. I think that's what they're called, right? The Emerald Trio? Willow, Gus, and Hunter. And they can watch on Cosmic Frontier while Amity, Luce, and V watch Wicked. Because Willow's not having a good time. I think she'll do better watching Cosmic Frontier. And look, another Emerald Trio episode of Hunter, Gus, and Willow at a photo booth. I love it. And the lovebirds, Amity and Luce at sunset at the dock, at the pier, and first time rafting. Hunter is just at protection mode. V's freaking out. Amity's freaking out. Gus is freaking out. But look at... I'm sorry, excuse me. Look at Luce. She's like so happy. She's been depressed this whole episode. So I'm glad she's happy there. And Sun Hats On. We have a Willow and Hunter episode. And what was her name? The bee palisman. Clover. Clover looks so scared of the rest of the bees. Like, Clover, you're so much bigger than them. But again, multiple bees making a swarm would freak anyone out. So yeah, Clover's kind of freaking out. But Willow doesn't mind because she has a bee palisman. And probably Camilla taught her that bees in the human realm, if you don't bother the bees, they won't bother you, basically. But I guess Hunter didn't learn the rule, or he forgot, or something. And I guess there's like a flower from like that trip, basically. I wonder if the garden they actually went somewhere, or that's like in Camilla's backyard or front yard. Who knows? Let's see. Wait, hold on a second. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Why can't... even this moment, Will's like, I know these few months have been strange, but, I'm glad that we actually got to experience it. Like, I know it's been odd and weird, but I'm glad we got to experience stuff like this. Why can't I don't understand why I can't get that photo there. 49. Okay, there we go. So we saw... Oh, I guess he's trying to impress Camilla with her with his illusion magic, and Camilla's freaking out. And I guess these are like the most recent photos of Hunter wearing his Cosmic Frontier outfit, Amity making a face, and we have our summer together. I love it. And of course, portal door, because they had to go see their families, make sure they're okay and not dead. And even Amy's like, I can't wait to show everyone. And if he realizes this map looks like the old Gracefield graveyard. And Lucy's trying to figure out like her talisman. And like, oh, like will you be a spider? And Camilla's like, hey, come on, I'm about to lock up. Okay. And Lucy actually feels like a fire glyph. And she's like, oh, well, I wonder what that's about. And again, Hunter's kind of freaking out, talking to Flapjack and saying, hey, did you know about this, that Bells was here? And then Hunter immediately retracts, saying like, hey, I don't mean to blame you. And Hunter puts Flapjack in the cage, saying, don't worry, this will keep you safe from Bellos. I'm like, Hunter, Bellos is goop. You can go into the cage. And I love this moment that Camilla puts her hand on Hunter's shoulder. I love that. So yeah, because of the whole Bella situation happened like almost like immediately after they left. Hunter basically stayed at the house because Hunter said, "Oh, because the buses loop every hour basically, so I will like join you guys later." But Hunter never showed because he was freaking out about the whole Bell situation. So Hunter just stayed home. I guess I can't get it, but Hunter's giving Luce like a look, and Hunter, Luce's like, well, what's going on? And Hunter's like, Bells. And Luce's like, oh, like, are you sure he's here? And Hunter's like, yeah, I'm sure. He's like, oh, I wasn't so scared as the Golden Guard. And then Luce is like, hey, why don't we bring some of that energy back? And I love how they're wearing masks. I love it. And I like how there was even like a theme going on, like the soundtrack of the Golden Guard when he was originally a bad guy, or misunderstood basically. So I'm glad they kind of came back. And so Hunter's like, okay, Bells, like it should be relatively painless if you just do as we say. And Luke's like, yeah, so get your big ugly head out of here. And so like they're getting ready to fight. When I say like, are they going down like a mansion? This isn't a shack, so I guess it has like a basement or something, like a secret basement. And they're hearing like a ruckus in the cabinet, and they're getting ready, and it's just a possum. Even Luce said, "Oh, it's a little angel." Oh, and Hunter's like, "Oh, I guess I was freaking out for nothing." Oh, but we know that's not true because Belle's around, and Hunter touched the goop. And they're kind of talking of Luce is like, hey, we gotta protect you too, Hunter, because Hunter's like, we gotta protect everyone. Like, I want to make sure everyone is safe, especially from Bellos. And Luce's like, hey, that includes you too, like your family now. So Luce is kind of confirming to Hunter, like, you are my big brother, basically. I love that. And Hunter basically starts to cry. Look at Luce's smile. Aww. I wonder if I should do a clip. I think I might have done too many, especially since later in the episode I have a couple clips I want to show. So, you know what? I think the images are just fine. But yeah, Hunter starts crying, and look at this right here. Oh. And okay, let's go back upstairs before anyone worries. And okay, it's good. Bells is gone, but look, is this foreshadowing? We have Bells with horns, Bells. Hunter with Bells' horns, antlers, and Luce with the baseball bat or like a sword-like figure through Luce's body. Is this both foreshadowing? I don't know. And the good, and this is one of my complaints. I just find this too ridiculous. Like, come on. Hunter's like, we were buying cars, and Lucy even shoves him like, dude, really? And look at this. Gus is like saying like, "Hey, we can go as Chief Avery and Chief O'Bailey." But no, it was Captain Avery and Chief O'Bailey. Sorry, excuse me. And look how happy Hunter is, and Camilla. I guess she was a Star Trek fan or Cosmic Frontier fan, I should say, and I guess Will's gonna be like a vampire, and then Am's like, "Hey, Luce, look, we can be like Azura and Hecate," and they're like playing like a movie, of basically of a good. It's so on the nose, of the villain is named Lucy, so Lucy, and she's wearing like multicolored. She has short cut hair, and saying, "Oh, it was for the greater good," and she's like, "We will never forget you. You betrayed our friends." And we have Luce, and she's sad, and so she goes to make it like a video diary. This was in the trailer, saying like, "Oh, I know I keep messing up, and my mom it says I had to learn from my mistakes, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do." So after Halloween, and it cuts from there, and we have everyone and we have everyone in costume, and I love like the fall setting. So we have your Hunter in his Halloween outfit. I even like Gus's, and we have Willow is like a vampire. We have Amity as Hecate. She looks good with red hair, and we have Luce with as Azura, and we have Luce saying, "Oh hey mom, don't forget to make sure you help V so she doesn't get carried away with the trick or treaters." And then hey, come on, say, "Hey Luce, are you fine?" It's just yeah, I'm fine. And let Amity start, okay, this is the plan. We're gonna surprise Luce with the rape. I don't understand why they just don't. I don't understand why they're just doing a big surprise. I understand because Hunter explains to Luce later, spoilers, of what they're trying to do and saying you and your mom do so much for us. I get that, but I feel like there's like too many secrets going around. I feel like that probably didn't have to be a secret. So yeah, I think there was like a little complaint that I had. I even forgot to mention, if you're wondering what happened to that Jacob guy, to Jacob Hopkins, who ran the museum, he was a curator. Masha, they said that he got too carried away and changed too many things in the museum, so they kicked him out. So now I'm charged. So now that's pretty cool. I'm not sure if they're volunteering or they actually work there, so who knows, but it's one of the two. So if you wonder what happened to Jacob, that's what happened. But Hunter's kind of sensing something, and then Hunter's kind of talking to Flapjack. "Hey, did you see that? Look at Flapjack's face. Hunter, are you okay?" And Hunter's like, "Oh, it's probably just in my head." And Hunter's like, "Oh, nestle up, Flapjack." Can I get the moment? You see, like, the bell scoop is reaching Hunter's face. It's already on his face. And there was even like a witch trial going on, technically. And then and Gus is trying to prove this lady's innocence, basically. And then, dude, like, hey, dude, it's my spotlight. And I love how Gus like always wants like the spotlight. He wants he's illusionist. He is like the showman, and he's like, "I can prove this lady's innocence," and he does like illusion of. He's even freaking out. Like, what the heck happened? He's like, "Behold." And this lady even gave Gus a kiss. So, and even Gus is like, "Oh, she thinks I'm cute." I love it. And here comes Jacob Hopkins. Oh my goodness, saying, and he even took off the outfit. See, "Look at his pointy ears. They're from Mars." Okay, dude, shut up. Very simple ballerina outfit, but he's like, "Oh my goodness, take him away." And Masha, I love Masha's outfit. Very classic witch outfit. I love it. I love their outfit. And they are saying, like, "Are you ready for a scary ride?" And he said, okay, time to talk about the brothers Wittebane. I I wish I can play the whole thing, but I can't. But she says that basically two. Cool. They said they would be actually be working with the effects and stuff, so that's pretty cool. He's a spider and he's a dead person. I don't know. Kind of simple outfit, but okay. And Masha's talking about the two. There's a witch named Evelyn, and they lured two boys, especially the older brother Philip and Caleb. Basically, Philip is like still trying to chase after his brother, basically. I should get some of the story. Come on, where should I start? Let's see. 3146. Okay, I'll start right here. Okay, secret code. Yeah, it was back then. It's true. Okay, I don't want to play too much. Hopefully these clips aren't too much because I really want to get like into the story, but basically Masha is saying is that like basically Philip is still trying to chase after and save Caleb because back then they especially in what was the town called? I forgot the town. It was like a specific town like where like witches like trials were like famous, but I just completely blanked them out. But basically here Gracefield, it was kind of a similar thing where back then they thought witches were evil basically, and like they want your souls and stuff. And so that was Philip's mindset that, oh, this witch Evelyn is like cursing my brother basically. So Philip is trying to rescue him. Because obviously there's good witches too, so Philip, you gotta let it go. And Hunter's like hearing a noise. He thinks it's Bellos, grabs Luce. Like, Luce, I gotta talk to you again. What's going on? Bro, what's going on? He's like, it's Bellos. I saw him this time. And even Luce is not trying to. Hunter's like, oh, you don't believe me. And Luce, whoa, like, calm down. I didn't say that. But what would he even be doing here? Does he want a hayride? Like, what do you think he's doing here? It's like, oh, Titan blood. And again, the secret's coming out where like Lucy's like, why didn't you guys tell me? Like, Amity, a puzzle? What's going on? And I get it. Where Hunter's like, oh, you and your mom do so much for us. We wanted to return the favor. And even Lucy can keep a secret from Hunter, saying that, oh, like she's gonna say basically Lucy's keeping a secret of what we don't know, like with the rest of that footage, basically. But yeah, so Lucy's like, oh, she's gonna surprise me with the time, but it's so sweet. And Hunter and Lucy kind of arguing about if Bells is here or not, and he's talking to Flapjack, and he gets the blue eyes. And so yeah, Bells is controlling him, and even Lucy's like, hey Hunter, what the heck? He's like, I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me. And he's like, okay, good work, let's go. And we have Camilla. And it's too convenient that she just finds the footage of Luce like projecting stuff, and we get old footage of Luce moving in to Gracefield because there's a better hospital for her dad. I guess this is where Manny died basically, and Luce is like all depressed, and the Azura book it came from her father. So he wasn't just a Star Trek fan; he was also a fantasy fan. So Luke's like, oh, my dad bought me this book. I can't wait to read it. Wait, hold on a second. Look how happy Luce is. She's still wearing gray because she's still mourning. But she's like, Oh, I love the book so much, and like she was like so giddy. I love it. I love how long. I love how long her hair is, like Lucy's hair. I love it. I wish she kept the hair, but we know why it was short in the first place. She said, "Oh my goodness, it was a bad idea." Because she used the sword to cut her hair. Just to try out like a new outfit, a new style, and um, she's she's kind of talking to herself, saying that I'm gonna wow my teachers with this because she's talking to herself while talking to her mom, saying that I am applying myself, but there's a lot of people just not getting it. And we have present day Luz saying that I made a decision after Halloween. I'm telling everyone I'm staying in the human realm forever. I'm not going back. And and Camilla's made a face like, yeah, that's not happening. And we have basically Bellos. He's still seeing Bellos. So uh, we have Hunter seeing Bellos everywhere, and Lucy's trying to catch up with him. And I can't see him. What am I supposed to do? But she remembers the whole fire glyph situation, so she just tries the light glyph to see if it would work, and just a tiny one. So, sorry, excuse me. Sorry, hold on a second. Sorry, I think I've been talking more than an hour. I need some water. You know what? Sorry, just. Okay. Whew, okay, that's better. So, basically, Luce said that the closer you are to the Titan blood, the more strong the magic is. Oh, so that makes sense. And everyone's kind of worried, like, hey, where's Luce and Hunter? Gus, oh my goodness, Gus, you're adorable, but it's like, don't worry, I'm sure they're just buying more cars. Yes, they're buying cars. Okay, sure. And Camilla's like, has Luce said anything weird? No. Okay, good. And V has to find a phone because she's an expert in the human realm now, but she is. Luce has an ice glyph, and I actually like this structure actually, and it's all misty looking, and with the fog and in the river. I love the setting, and oh my goodness, you could just tell right here, especially with Hunter's voice. Yeah, he's been possessed. Like you could just feel the chill, and it's my palisman got spooked off. Oh, hey, Luce. Like, oh, why don't you to go find the Titan blood while I look for my palisman? He's just talking like that. This very calm, like, oh, trust me type of voice. I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh, that is not Hunter at all. And Lucy's like, oh, hey, Flapjack. Like, we just see Hunter trying to fight back against Bellos, and is it? Oh, did you find the blood yet? And Lucy's like, no. Oh, just hold on a second. And she's like, Flapjack, why do you look so scared? Hold on, can I find Flapjack for a minute? Sorry, I'm spending so much time clicking. That happens when you have a full episode. But look at Flapjack. Sorry, there we go. Look at Flapjack right now. Oh my goodness, because he knows about Bells draining Palisman, so obviously he doesn't want anything to do with them. So I'm gonna hide. And oh my goodness, Hunter growing horns. Yeah, unpleasant. So they're like, Hunter, Luce, where are you? And look at poor Flapjack. Oh my goodness. And oh my goodness, full, not full transformation, but partial transformation of Bellos, possessing Hunter. And this is so creepy of I don't know, he's just in love with the Titan blood. He's just kind of looking at him, just jiggling around. Like, okay, dude, you got what you want. Why are you jiggling around so much? And Lucy's trying to do ice glyphs to kind of defend herself. And they're kind of like, is that Hunter? I like how Gus say, like, no, something's wrong. And basically we have Bells Hunter saying that, oh, Lucy, you're always trying to help. You even helped me find a collector. And Lucy's like, I wasn't trying to help you. I was trying to do something good. Oh, you did do something good. Now we actually get to finish our work as witch hunters, starting with them, and we get this great fight scene. I don't want to play the whole thing, but I'm gonna try to. But you know, the animation is just great. I wish the whole show looked like this. Yeah, because Gus went to Bells' mind. Oh, cool! So he's in the fight too. Yes. Oh, but Bells look like oh you, dang Bells. Okay, sorry, I can't do the whole fight, but like they're just and, even Luce tries to fight off Bellos by just restraining him, saying, "Hunter, I know you can hear me. I know you can fight him off. Come on, you gotta fight it." And Amity saves Luce by making like an abomination like rope bridge. Flapjack is just trying to peck Bellos out of Hunter, and oh my goodness, the whole fandom went crazy when this happened. When Bells Hunter grabs Flapjack, and then he says something weird. He said goodbye, Evelyn, and in shadow form, stabbed a Flapjack. He's trying to drain his soul, but Hunter ain't letting that happen. So he just grabs Bells' arm, and oh my goodness, look at this! Oh, look at the poor thing. Can I not get his eye open? Come on. I guess I can't get it, but like you see like the essence of Flapjack in Lucy's hand. Lucy's like, Flapjack, you're gonna be okay. And then we even have Hunter trying to fight off Bellos, and I love how Hunter's talking to Bellos like oh Emperor Bellos, I like to leave the Emperor's coven. I'd like to never step in that throne room ever again. Sorry, excuse me. I like to study wild magic. I love to learn how to carve talisman. I think this people have been speculating this to set up of what Ida's father told Ida in the episode what was it, Elsewhere and Elsewhere, saying that, hey, I brought you this talisman, this palstrum wood seed to find a new carver in a new generation to learn the trade, basically. So I think people said, oh, this is setting up Hunter, basically. Because people have been thinking Ida, but he did say new generation, so people are thinking, oh, like if Hunter does make it out alive, he can be the new talisman carver. Well, that's pretty cool. So he's like, I would love to play Flyer Derby, and I want to make sure that you never hurt anyone again. And he just tries to drown himself so Bells doesn't hurt his friends. Camilla goes in after him, and Luce was about to jump in there to save him first, because Luce doesn't want Hunter to die, and everyone is just super worried, and oh my goodness, where the Bell scoop was is leaving more and more scars. Oh my goodness, this poor boy, and we got and he even took the time blood. We got full goop Bellos, and he's like, Caleb, you would stab me in the back. Bro, that's not Caleb's Hunter. But, Luce is like, you did to him first. Like, you stabbed him in the back. Because, yeah, Bells killed his brother. And Bells has the gall to say, this is the good of your souls. You'll thank me later. And he just goes to the human realm. That's what I was basically saying. If we had a full season 3, I would have liked an episode of a Bells Alone story saying what he wants to do when he gets back to the demon realm, what he wants to do since the Day of Unity was a total flop. And now he says, it'll be good for your souls, you'll thank me later. Like, what are you going to do? So I think that would have been a good episode. But Camilla's like, that's the Emperor you've been fighting this entire time. And Will's so worried, like, Hunter isn't moving. Camilla's like, V, call like an ambulance. But and basically more and more seekers are just getting dropped. So again, everyone was present when Bells was talking to Luce, saying, "Oh, you even helped me find a collector," so everyone knows about that. Hunter explained to Luce that Amity and the rest of the group was trying to find time blood so we can surprise you, and basically Willow was like, do human doctors know about possession? And then Luce says, do they know about Grimwalkers? And like, yeah, Luce just dropped that bomb because even Willow was like, Grimwalkers, because Willow doesn't know what that is, and obviously Gus knows about it. He even like does like a little look about it, like, oh. And oh my goodness, Flapjack just gives his life for Hunter. Oh my goodness. I I had to play it. It's just it's too sad. Ugh, look at Amy's face. She cares about Hunter. Oh, man. Rest in peace, Flapjack. Hunter's eyes are different.
Hey guys, is everyone else okay?
Oh, man.
Actually, Flapjack, don't. I already know.
Oh, my goodness. Everyone just loved Flapjack so much. Oh, my goodness. And Hunter's eyes are different because Flapjack just gave his like his like essence, and oh my goodness! And at this moment right here, where well, Luce like kind of walks away because she just has to leave, and Amy's looking at Luce, and we just have Willow just holding Hunter. Oh my goodness! And even Camilla's like, "Baby, are you okay?" And he's like, "I'm fine." Like, can you like sit up? And Amy's talking to Luce like, "Hey. When Belle said you helped him meet the collector, that was a lie, right?" "No. I set everything in motion. It was an accident." So why'd you keep it a secret? "I thought you all hate me." And I made a decision. Camilla's like, I'm you're taking your mom into the demon realm. I'm like, Mama, like what? It's like, now that I know this monster is the thing you actually been fighting, and he's actually still out there. This isn't just a collector we're dealing with now. We're also dealing with Bellos still. There's no way I can let you kids just go back there alone. Especially since Camilla doesn't know that any of the other adults are still alive. They could still be alive, but Camilla isn't 100% sure. So just letting these kids along with other kids to deal with Bellos? No, it's important for an adult to be there, to 100% be there. And yeah, Camilla's going. I love that. And Amy reassures Luce like, hey, I can never hurt, and I can never like abandon you, or like you know, I can never hate you, especially since you're still standing up for us. And I love Hunter saying, "Hey, it's kind of like he's saying like this pity party's over, because like you were tricked. That's what Bells does. He tricks people, and if it wasn't you, it would have been someone else." And that's true. Bells would just find another witch, probably another human, to just do his like dirty work for him and just to help him meet the collector. It doesn't matter who it was. It doesn't have to be Luce specifically. So, and hey, and if it was someone else without your courage, then there would be no one else left to fight back. So let's do that. Let's fight back for Flapjack. Oh. And then Luce like for Flapjack, and then the port's closing, so we have to go. So Hunter is holding his chest, saying, "Let's go home, Flap." And we have Gus saying, "Goodbye, human realm. We'll be back soon." So that's pretty cool that this had good experiences in the human realm. They want to come back. I love it. And we have Amity talking to Luce, saying, "Hey, I don't know what the future holds, but I'm glad that you're gonna be with me during the journey." She didn't say exactly like that, but it's similar. And V's like, "I'm not ready to go back to the demon realm yet. I want to stay here." And she's like, "I can pretend to be you." And Camilla's like, "You're gonna stay with your aunt, with Luce's aunt, okay?" So Luce has other family. It would be nice to see them in the show, but I guess they're not important to the story. And so everyone like leaves. There's one last conversation of Camilla saying, like, Luce, you know, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do it together. I love it. And the portal finally closes. Oh, because Bells, I forgot to mention, Bells smashed the time blood on this portal, and that's how it opened. And V just puts her hands in her pockets and just walks off. And we have a moment of V's like, Oh, I forgot Camilla still has the car keys. So there's like even like fan fiction and comics about V asking Masha from like the museum to give her a ride, and it's so awkward. I'm not sure that's technically what happened in the show, but hey, maybe it did. Who knows? And and we have this like these different um like I don't want to call them like deleted scenes, but they're basically what would have happened if there was a full season 3. There's like a family game night. There's Amity admiring Luce trying to teach her mom about glyphs and stuff, and Kama's trying her best to trying to understand it. Um, Willow's trying to do some pro wrestling moves. Hunter's just having a blast while Gus is just knowing what's coming. She is going to annihilate us. I love it. And wasn't there more? Or oh yeah, there's V, Masha, and this other guy that was hanging out with them. They're people said they're having like a boba date. There might have been. I'm not sure if it's confirmed or anything. They're at like a coffee place. And I'm not sure if it's confirmed, but their friend is a skater. That's pretty cool. And we're right here. Look at V smug in the background. They're just having like a movie. Not really movie night, but they're at the movie theater. I guess they're watching like a horror movie. I don't think I can get everything. So, sorry, I'm just trying to pick one just to land on, and then I'll just talk more from there. Yeah, I'll just leave it right there. Okay, so so I know it's gonna be like a long video, and I'm sorry if it was annoying about the clicking. I just wanted to get exact frames and stuff, and hopefully there won't be any copyright issues. Oh, I really hope there isn't. But yeah, sorry, I was kind of acting kind of tired, but it was a long episode. But yeah, 80%. This was a great first special. If you want to call it season 3, episode 1, if you want to call it that yourself, that's totally fine. But I'm calling it special number 1. Excuse me. Yeah, 80%. I thought it was great. Again, kind of wish there were less secrets, and the whole they were buying cars thing. Maybe the first time I watched it, maybe I was chuckling a little bit, but I didn't find it too funny. like, how do you believe it for a second time? Like, you've been here for months, because there was a photo saying their summer together, so like you would know what cars are. You were in Camilla's car. Anyway, I guess you're not supposed to think about it too much, but I don't know, it kind of bugged me a little bit. But yeah, I thought it was great. The fight against Bellos possessing Hunter, oh, that was great. Oh, Flapjack sacrificing for Hunter. Hunter has a second chance at life. Bellos is now in the human realm, back in the demon realm, doing who knows what. He said it was good for their soul. So obviously we know about Bellos and his mentality, it can't be good. Camilla's going with them. V's staying. Even V's helping out with the fight against Bellos possessing Hunter. We even have Hunter trying to drown himself to finally defeat Bellos, so just to make sure that his new family will be safe. Oh, the sacrifice. We have hints of Willow and Gus kind of knowing by looking at the Widowbane statues. So we even have Masha talking about the brothers Widowbane story, and the witch Evelyn. So we had gotten hints of like who is this witch that lured Caleb to the demon realm. It's Evelyn, and people have been saying that oh, it's an ancestor of Ida. Maybe, I'm not sure if it's ever confirmed or anything, but it's probably an ancestor of Ida. But yeah, so so many things. We even have a moment between Luce and Hunter. and Lou saying that like your family, it's so great. But yeah, I don't want to make this episode, this special, longer than it needs to be. But yeah, had a great time reviewing this. It was a great special, great review. So yeah. So again, once again, thank you so much to my 132nd subscriber. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for my new subscribers, my original subscribers, my current subscribers. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. The support means a lot. My new viewers, my current viewers, my original viewers just come on and off the channel. I really appreciate you guys coming by and checking out my videos and posting them. Well, not really posting them, but like like you're sending links of my channel just to just to show it around. But anyway, yeah. So everyone, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to check out my mini reviews. I posted one yesterday that went over 300 views, so go check out that one. It's really popular. And go check out my community posts. And this is probably gonna take a while to edit, so I'll either see you guys later today for my community post about this this episode, or I'll see you guys with that on tomorrow, Monday. But either way, I'll see you guys then. Okay. Bye.